All right, moving on, we have some breaking inputs coming in, shifting our focus to the Pakistani airstrikes in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. According to reports, over 24 have been killed in the airstrikes that were conducted, and these include women, children. They were killed in an overnight strike in Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, and dozens have been injured as well. The rescue teams are on ground, and we're given to understand that the death toll may rise. Pakistani fighter jets reportedly bombarded the Tira area of Khyber on the 21st of September. And according to witnesses, civilian homes were targeted that led to the massive destruction. The wounded, that include women and children, are being treated. Medical facilities are limited. Rescue operations are currently underway. And we're also given to understand there's a fear that many people, dozens, could be trapped under the debris. Let's go across to Rishabh, my colleague, who's joining us on the broadcast with more details. It's a shocking development. The Pak airstrikes that has claimed lives of 24 people. There is fear that the death toll may increase and several people could be actually trapped under the debris. What's happening?
Even to understand that late last night, at least 30 jets, the J-17 jets of Pakistani Air Force, in the garb of anti-terror operation, started bombing the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa area. Village in Tiara, in Khyber district of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, was bombed, and at least eight big bombs were dropped in this area, leaving at least 24 dead. Many among these dead are women and children. Many are injured as well. Given that this area is remote and the emergency services are in general working on a stretch, the situation is getting worse. This is in line with the anger that people have in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. They have been restive for years now, given that they say that the people sitting in Islamabad have completely forgotten the plight of people in the areas of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.
Absolutely. Now, of course, the questions are going to be raised on the intention. It may be said that the actual target were the terrorist hideouts. They were targeting Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. But why in the civilian areas? Because all the victims, as per reports that are coming to fore who've died, Rishabh, are civilians that include women and children as well. Before Rishabh, I come to you, we have defense expert Sanjay Kulkarni joining us on the broadcast. What do you make of it, of the airstrike that Pakistan has conducted?
Absolutely shameful, firing on their own people, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and imagine the number of civilians dead, and now here they're talking of interference. Now let me see who comes to whose help. Now imagine in Pakistan, and Pakistan is deploying or planning to deploy 25,000 troops on the Yemen border. They can't handle their own country, and their own countrymen are being bombarded by their own airports. This is the state of affairs of Pakistan, a terror state which has been using terrorism as an instrument of state policy, and here's America inviting them over for a meal, calling them over and sitting with them. I think they ought to be absolutely, it's something shameful for anyone, even to associate themselves with a country which is using to Air Force to kill their own countrymen, just because they can't control, and therefore they were ambushed, and now they use the airport against their own people.
When they're using the excuse of fighting terrorism, of targeting the TTP terrorists.
And therefore, what does that mean? Fighting terrorism using air. Fighting terrorism using air against their own people. And Operation Sindoor, what did we do? We used it to ensure that their terrorist camps were destroyed. And not at all, none of those civilians were hurt. Imagine the timing, everything being done with a manner. And look at Pakistan using their air force, they're killing their own men and destroying. And I'm sure Pakistan is on the verge of being divided into various parts. Balochistan will break away from Pakistan. So will Khyber Pakhtunkhwa break away from Pakistan. So will Sindh break away from Pakistan. And therefore there will be only Punjab left. And this Punjabi dominance, which they seem to feel that they can do what they want to do, it's absolutely shameful, disgraceful. And I feel very strongly that this kind of an air being used against their own people, irrespective of whatever it may be, is indicative that Pakistan is going aghast, and absolutely is something which is shameful, it's deplorable, and not expected of a state which seems to be feeling that now it is interacting with America, it's interacting with China, and all these countries are depending them in the UN in ensuring that all these Hafiz Saeed and who's that other chap, Masood Azhar, being declared as not militant.
Shielding terrorists and killing civilians. That's the state of Pakistan today. Lieutenant General Kulkarni, many are also today talking about how the Baloch were targeted. Is the same thing happening again with the Pashtuns now?
Absolutely. See, Baluchis were in any case not only being targeted, they were deprived of electricity, deprived of water, deprived of the minerals that they had, deprived of fishing, entirely the entire area outsourced to China for exploitation. And here now you have find Khyber Pakhtunkhwa just because the Pashtuns are wanting it. And then they claim that it is Afghanis who are doing it. It is not the Afghanis, not the Taliban which is doing it. They themselves are doing it. Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, they feel so much that it is they who are killing their soldiers. The problem is with Pakistan. The problem is not with Afghanistan. The problem is with Pakistan. Because Afghanistan does not recognize the Durand line. Pashtunistan comes as far as this thing. So that is the reason why they're suffering. And I think Pakistan now needs to be called out and exposed to the entire world that here's a country which is using terror as an instrument of state policy and also threatening their own people.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Lieutenant General Kulkarni, for speaking with us. We also have strategic affairs expert Sushant Sareen joining us on the broadcast. Pakistan has dropped at least 8 bombs according to reports. The civilian areas that we are looking at and the casualty also of civilians, Sushant Sareen. What kind of a anti-terror fight is this?
Yeah, but this is a standard Pakistani, operating procedure. They go in with all guns firing. They don't care about collateral damage. They don't care about civilians dying. Unlike the Indian Army, which has handled the worst insurgency situations by putting, the soldiers have gone in and tried to clean it out, ensuring that there's no collateral damage. The Pakistanis go and bomb the hell out of a place. They are one country, one army which is, continuously conquered their own country. And it's an army which uses overwhelming force, disproportionate force. So even if supposing you had information that there were some militants in a particular region, you don't send fighter jets to bomb the hell out of a place or use artillery guns or use, armed drones and all kinds of heavy weapons because that will cause collateral damage. And this is exactly what the Pakistanis have been doing for many, many years now. And this latest instance is something that is only going to further the net inside that entire region, where people have risen up in revolt against the Pakistan army. Now, most civilians in that region are actually caught between two opposing forces. So at one level, there are the Taliban who are on the ascendant, who have expanded their footprint and their influence.
Right.
And then you have the Pakistan army, which is also brutalizing the people by butchering them in cold blood. And this is Asim Munir's real reason for becoming field marshal, because otherwise he's lost all the wars they have fought, and he had nothing to do with the war with India in any case.
All right.
But clowns like him have now become field marshals, and they think that they can bludgeon their way out of trouble, only to realize that they are going to cause irretrievable damage in the relations between Pashtuns and the Punjabis in Pakistan.
Absolutely. Mr. Sareen, thank you very much for speaking with us. We are shifting our focus now to some breaking inputs coming in.